Hey there, Rivermen fans. I'm Jason Ruff. Welcome to the season finale of Trudel's Take, presented by Health Alliance. Jason Ruff joined once again, and as always, by Rivermen head coach Guy Trudel. Guy, a lot of storylines last weekend following Peoria's sweep of the Pensacola Ice Flyers. Let's start with the games themselves. Big victories. I think one of the big stories was that you were able to hold Pensacola's potent offense in check, especially their power play. How much did that defensive core really step up and play well last weekend?
Well, it was really good, but I think defensive cores come by groups of 5 or 4, depending if we're killing or not. So I thought our penalty kill was ready. I thought it was a great challenge to go against the best power play in the league, and 0 for 8 they finished. With that 1 minute 5-on-3 there. So it was a good weekend that way. And defensively, I think throughout the year we've been pretty solid defensively. The boys are really buying in, especially when we go 11 forwards. I think our rush defense a lot better. We gave one bad one, I thought, on Saturday. Our rush defense didn't really pick up the late guy, but we overall, though, a really good weekend defensively. And offensively, I think we have, they play a certain type of defense that if you don't move the puck quick or get a little separation with a one-on-one battle, then you're in trouble. And I thought we were just okay offensively. But again, our special teams came through.
Speaking on that special teams, I want to specifically key in on Saturday's game. Start of the third period, tie game 1-1. Pensacola has a 36-second 5-on-3 advantage. I think any betting man would wager that Pensacola was probably going to get the go-ahead goal, especially with the penalty kill, absent Zach Wilkie, absent Jake Hamilton. But they stand firm on a 5-on-3 disadvantage and hold the Ice Flyers off the board. How big was that moment, not only just for momentum, but also mentally, especially going into the first round of the playoffs? Peoria basically telling Pensacola's power play, you may have the number one power play, but we have the number one penalty kill.
Yeah, it is kind of a chess game. We kill a little different on that 5-on-3, and I always say the 21 seconds that was left before we came into the third, that was important to me because any team that comes back after intermission, it seems like it takes a little while to get traction on the power play, and we wanted to be aggressive for that reason, and we did. So we did a good job there, but for us, it's they still have a very good power play. Rod's a very good coach. We didn't play each other a lot this year, so now they saw how we kill, so I'm sure they're going to change a few things, and we'll have to do the same thing and readjust. So it is kind of a chess game when it comes to special teams, and the same thing on their power play 5-on-4. I'm sure they saw how we killed, and they're going to change a few things, and then it's for us to readjust, and that's what's fun when you have a battle of, the reason Pensacola is always good every year is they have great special teams, but both ends of the ice from their penalty kill to their power play. So it's going to be a good challenge this weekend. We're going in Pensacola. They have a way better home power play, so we're going to have to make sure we're a lot more disciplined than we were last game.
Now, the fact that the Peoria played Pensacola for 2 games here at home to close the regular season, and now they're going to go on the road, play them in the first round of the playoffs, what kind of unique dynamics does that matchup now become? Because Peoria has some recent history against the Ice Flyers.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you get a good I think there's a little animosity that kind of built up the last few games, and it is what it is with hockey. Of course, it's hard to play a team 4 or 5 times in a row, but it's what we dealt with. And, in Peoria over the years, we see a lot of teams make a lot of excuses for different things, for injuries or call-ups or this and that, and we never make, we don't make excuses. We're trying to find solutions. We understand how hard it's going to be against Pensacola. We understand how good of a team it is, and especially in Pensacola with their whiteout, there'll be a lot of fans there. It's hot, so it's another set of challenges for us. But we're up to it, and no matter what happens, we know we have home ice advantage. So we're just going there with our head at peace. We call it playing with house money right now. So we're going there, and we're going to have fun.
Absolutely. Now this series between Peoria and Pensacola, not just this year, but over the course of the last several years, Pensacola, actually the only team Peoria does not have a winning record against in any team in the SPHL. What makes these games so exciting, do you think? Not just in the playoffs, but also in the regular season.
Yeah, it's always been, I think it's 2 great teams over, I think both teams, if you look at, the amount of championships and first places and you're in Pensacola, they have, they're going to win that recruiting battle every single time. So, and I don't blame the players. I mean, I'd like to live on the beach also. So it's, they're always going to have a lot of talent. And it's, we talked about it the other day too. Every team kind of gets up for Peoria. We're lucky enough to have a great culture here when it comes to the players that come back, and we have pretty good years every year. So every team gets up for us, and we like the challenges. And yeah, I think the first 4 or 5 years we always lost in Pensacola, and there's different reasons for that. But I think in the last 3 or 4 years, I think we've done a lot better, and we understand a little bit more when we go there that it's it's more of a business trip instead of it's hard to keep the boys off the beach. It's hard to keep the boys, so it's it's a lot more discipline needed to make sure you have success there in Pensacola.
Switching gears, the big story this weekend, though, Alec Hagaman being honored before Saturday's game in his final regulation home game of his career. You had a chance to stand out on the ice with Captain Hagaman while video played. He was being honored. Describe for us the emotions that were going through your mind seeing Hagaman with his wife and children out there, and then, of course, seeing the video with a bunch of his former and current teammates wishing him well and honoring him on a great career.
Yeah, it was great and well deserved, and I always say we have a first class organization, and those players that put a lot of time, especially a local kid like Hags that brought so much to the organization and to the team, it was special to be out there, and I was lucky enough to be out there for a few things, and it's always a little nerve wracking when you're the head guy on there. So I just wanted to make sure my captain was okay, and I just wanted to make sure that I was there to support him because we have, like I said, we have this close relationship, and I was happy to have Emily there and Adley, and I think it was important for them too to be recognized for, I said that before, it's never easy. Being the wife of a hockey player or the daughter of a hockey player, we demand a lot of time and energy, and it was nice to have everybody there. It was a great celebration, but for us, that's over. It was over 30 minutes after that game. We did what we had to do. He got everything that he deserved. He was, the best captain in our history, but now for us, today's all about turning the page, getting ready for the playoffs. That's all we want to talk about. That's all we're focusing on.
Speaking on the playoffs, this is the time of year that you, as a coach, as a hockey aficionado, live for. Why is that? What is it about playoff hockey, especially when going up against a team like Pensacola, who you've said has a very good history, very good rivalry with Peoria? What makes this time of year so great and so exciting for you?
Well, people look at everything differently. I look at it, the regular season is to prepare you for the playoffs because I know a lot of people say winning is not everything. Well, for me it is. I mean, why would you play the whole year if you don't have a chance to win it all? You know what I mean? So for me, if you're going to play a sport, if you're going to be a competitor, if you're going to be a warrior, at the end of the day, the regular season is just to prepare you for this time, and this time is what's fun. This time is where everybody has to scratch and claw for an inch. Everybody has to do whatever it takes. Every single battle matters. Every single time you back check matters. Every face-off matters. Every time a linesman misses the icing matters. But everything is enhanced by 10. Because not only do you have to play extremely well, you have to have a little luck. The moments are it's very gratifying to win a round of the playoffs. I don't care at whatever level you play. So for us, this is what we live for. This is what we prepare the whole year, and we understand the challenges that we're going in, but we're going to have fun. We're going to raise up to it, and then we'll see what happens. We know it's two very good teams going at each other, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Should be an exciting time as well. The playoffs are here. Peoria in Pensacola for Game 1 against the Ice Flyers this Thursday at 7:05 p.m. at the Pensacola Bay Center. Then the Rivermen back home here for Game 2 at Carver Arena Saturday, 7:15 p.m. puck drop. Game 3, if necessary, hopefully it's not, will be at 4:15 p.m. also at Carver Arena. That will be the first round matchup. The second straight year Peoria taking on the Pensacola Ice Flyers in the first round of the President's Cup playoffs. Guy, thank you so much for your time, not only today, but over the course of the entire season. Can't wait to talk to you in Florida. Best of luck in the playoffs.
Let's have a good trip, buddy.
Let's do it. For Coach Trudel, this has been Jason Ruff with your Trudel's Take presented by Health Alliance. Have a good offseason, Rivermen fans. We'll talk to you in the playoffs.